So it's taken quite a few years for Dogman to, basically be made. It's like 10 years, isn't it?
12.
12, wow. For you personally, why was you invested for so long, or why did you want to keep going?
Well, it's a strange story because I was almost ready to start to shoot 12 years ago. And then the producer changed his mind, fortunately, because the script was not good enough. Now I understand. At the time I was ready to do it. And I was not father at the time, so a part very important of the movie is the relationship of Marcello with the daughter, how he loves her. Probably for me now it was much more, I can tell his relationship much more deeper because I live it. And so I'm happy that I didn't make this movie 12 years ago, but then I made many other things. And sometimes I went back to the script. I changed the script because I was changing during the years. And finally I arrived to make this movie by coincidence because I was working on Pinocchio and the person of the special effect was working on the special effect that is from England. Was busy till May 2018. I had 10 months free. I said, I will wait for you. I have 10 months free. I watched at the desk and there was this script watching at me. We watched together.
Yes.
And we decided to make it. I decided to make it in a way very, free and fresh. And sometimes this approach helps,
yes, yeah. So the film has grown with you basically over the years, and it's all the better for it, I think. And Marcello is quite an inspired choice to play the downtrodden lead. I mean, I hear there's quite an interesting story how the pair of you met.
Yeah, we met in a place where he was a guardian. He's also an actor, but he never made the leading role, so he plays a small role. And he was a guardian in an occupied place where there were a company of theater that was making the release, the rehearsal of the play. And he was always watching this company because he was the guardian of this place, so he was watching, the rehearsal. And this group of theater was a group of ex-prisoners. So my casting director were looking for people that was also tough, that could be not for the leading role, but could be character in the story.
Yeah.
So a week before he went to cast this group, one of the actors went to the bathroom and died for a ictus or something like that. I don't remember. And Marcello took his place in the group.
Yeah.
That's why how we met Marcello.
And from seeing him in that role, did you think he was the perfect person?
When I saw the interview of him, I immediately fell in love of his tenderness, his face, his eyes. He's very human, and it's very important for this story to have a character that is human and sensitive and sweet, because it's a story of how not violent man lose his innocence.
Yeah, I was going to say actually his character he's very much like a dog. He's very loyal and he's like a loyal companion, and he's quite faithful to Simone as well. Simone. Was that quite a deliberate to have his characteristics like a dog, considering he is the dog man?
Well, he likes to be with dogs. That's true, but I think that the relationship with Simone is quite complex. He is scared about him, but at the same time he likes some aspect of Simone that he miss. The power, the brave. And so his relationship with Simone is quite contradictory in the story. But it's difficult to say that if he's like a dog, because there are so many different dogs and different characteristics.
Yeah.
So, but it's true that sometimes in the story he could make a choice that finally could help him to be free against the friend, rival, Simoncino, and he makes sometimes the choice that goes against the rationality. But the complexity,
yes, yeah.
of the character, and the fact that he sometimes make the decision that goes against the rationality, and I think it's quite modern, and I like that in the character, and I like very much.
He does like it is sort of a story of how far you can push a man before he actually snaps and turns. How important was...
But sorry if I interrupt you.
That's right.
I think it's something else, because it's also he, in a way, he remain, from my point of view, he remain not violent till the end. Is the mechanism that he remained trapped in a mechanism of violence without be a violent man.
Yeah.
So he tried to escape from this, like it could happen to everybody.
Yes, yeah. Definitely.
So it's not the story of a man that became, like we saw many times, became a violent man because he's a sort of a man that lose his innocence without, became a violent man on purpose, but by accident.
Yeah.
To save himself.
Yeah, exactly. But how crucial was Marcello's performance? I mean, did he have any input for that complete turnaround? Did he bring him a lot of ideas
It's more than
himself?
crucial. He took the movie and he put on his shoulder the movie, and he gave to the interpretation a tenderness, and he's comic and sometimes tragic. He was perfect. He was perfect for this role, and
definitely.
He invent a lot of things. Many times he make improvisation. Fantastic. Yeah. So I really enjoyed to work with him and to see him every day on the set and have fun with him.
Okay. And finally, obviously, there's it's still stuck with me now is the dog in the freezer. Just want to make sure that no dogs were harmed during the filming of this film.
No, he won the. If you want to know a news that maybe will make you happy, that dogs won the Palme Dog.
Yes, I heard, yes.
So now he's a star.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for talking to me today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey You Guys!